There are many faces you meet in Skyrim, many of which are those of bandits crying in defeat as you pull your sword from their ribcage or incinerate them with a fireball, but there are also many colourful and interesting NPCs, some of which are highly mysterious. One of these characters is Falion, the cloaked Redguard wizard who can be found in Morthal. If you listen closely to what he says, you'll quickly realise there's so much about him that you want to know. He's one of the most underappreciated characters in Skyrim, and in this video I'm going to explore who he is, what we know about him, and then try to discover what he's really up to and what he's truly been capable of. Many assumptions in this video will be theories, and I will offer more than one solution to questions that arise, as there's no point in pretending to know the absolute truth when it hasn't yet been revealed. But first, let's investigate the raw facts which set up his character and build a foundation for us to speculate from. So, just who is Falion? Well, Falion is a man who practices conjuration, and due to the connotations of this school of magic with necromancy, Falion is viewed with great suspicion by the townsfolk. He's been accused of things such as eating the hearts of the dead and killing children. These are likely just rumors though. By title, Falion is the court wizard of Morthal, but he wasn't always. He was once the conjuration master at the College of Winterhold. In fact, he was even the mentor of the current master, Finis Gestor. He has since left the college as he doesn't like the direction it's going in, but what this tells us is that his knowledge and skills of that which is arcane is truly high. We also know that he even has the ability to cure your vampirism through the use of a black soul gem and the summoning stones near Morthal. He definitely knew what he was doing in that quest, calling upon Oblivion realms to return life to your undead form. What this tells us is that Falion is a credible guy. He's not just some kind of fake mage or anything like that, and if for some reason you're still not convinced, he will provide you with master level conjuration training if you've got the coin. He sounds like a powerful mage, and we've met plenty of those before in Skyrim, but perhaps his talents surpass what you would initially expect. Time to ramp up the mysteriousness. When you talk to Falion, he will actually mention that he has met Daedra, the Dwemer, and everything in between. Now, how the hell was Falion able to meet the Dwemer, the enigmatic race that disappeared from the face of Nirn thousands of years ago? This is super significant, and it suggests that his power could reach far beyond what anyone really suspects. Some people would think that he's just lying, but he really has no reason to do so. On the surface, he seems like a kind and open character. He's very straight up about the fact that he practices magic, even though the denizens of Morthal judge and even hate him for it. He's willing to train you in conjuration, he's willing to barter with you, and he also adopted a young orphan girl who he is giving his time to raise and teach magic to. It's pretty likely that he's telling the truth, but how could he have done it? Well, there's a chance that Falion has actually been around for a very long time, long enough to have met Jaeger and Began in the time of Morrowind. He could have kept himself alive since using magic, but this method isn't that likely. Perhaps he could have lived so long as he used to be a vampire, and he knows how to cure the player of vampirism because he learnt to cure himself. However, his sister does run the inn in Morthal, and so in this case, she would have to have been a vampire in the past that he cured as well, which is again possible, but not the most likely thing. Personally, I believe that Falion has met the Dwemer through intense mastery of conjuration magic, and maybe even with the help of a Daedric prince. Falion says he's met Dwemer, Daedra, and everything in between, and even says he's traveled through various planes of Oblivion, and this makes it even more believable due to the fact that being able to open portals to Oblivion planes to summon Daedra and the like is an ability very much rooted in the conjuration school, which is his specialty. It's crazy to think that someone so powerful is just strolling around Morthal without getting much recognition. But what is he really doing in Morthal? Well, you can get a quest from the Jarl of Morthal where you're asked to investigate Falion for suspicious behavior at night. During this quest, you find Falion leaving his home at night, and he heads to the summoning stones that he uses to help cure your vampirism with. Under the cover of night, you approach him, and he is quite angry that you've discovered him here. In fact, you can actually take a 200 septim bribe from him, agreeing not to tell anyone about his behavior. Now, this could just to be avoid more hassle and more rumors being made about him, but regardless, he's definitely doing something secretive at night, and whatever it is, he's got the arcane ability for it to be really serious. Maybe he's protecting Morthal from vampire threats and doesn't want people to see, or perhaps he's just practicing necromancy without drawing attention to himself. Then again, with his level of talent, he could be trying to make contact with the Dwemer again, or even serving an evil Daedric prince. He has met with Daedra before, he said it himself. After wondering this, I headed to the internet to see what other people thought, and I found a theory on the Elder Scrolls wiki by username DarkJito. He basically said that Falion could have served or could be continuing to serve Molag Bal or Vaymina. The reasoning behind Molag Bal finds its foundation in a book from Elder Scrolls III Morrowind called Gala Rathari's Papers. Here we find a single instance where a vampire is offered the chance to cure his vampirism in return for helping Molag Bal by bringing him a cursed soul gem of mysterious nature. In these times, black soul gems were incredibly rare and not so well known, and it seems to fit the description, especially considering that Molag Bal is obsessed with controlling and dominating mortal souls, and you can only hold the soul of a human in a black soul gem. After Molag Bal was given this soul gem, the vampire was cured of his disease and made mortal once again. Interestingly enough, Falion also uses a black soul gem to cure your vampirism and could have done so with the help of Molag Bal. Molag Bal is also involved in curing the player's vampirism in Morrowind. However, he says he does not have the cure and must retrieve it. He then says he got it from Vaymina. Perhaps Vaymina is the true creator of the cure to vampirism, which is one of the reasons that Falion could be in fact serving her. There's not a whole lot to back this up, but it is possible. Don't forget to consider the fact that the young orphan girl who Falion is looking after is having problems with nightmares. Nightmares of Falion fighting monsters. We know Vaymina is responsible for causing nightmares in Dawnstar, which isn't too far away, and it makes the slight possibility of this being a reality a little bit bigger. After thinking about this for a while, it also made me ponder, could this be true and therefore have led Falion meeting the Dwemer through using the potion called Vaymina's Torpor? Remember in Skyrim when you do Vaymina's quest in Dawnstar and you read a book which states you have to drink a potion to use dreams to travel across distances in the real world and go back in time? You end up living vicariously through someone known as Brother Casimir, who asks if you are ready to release the miasma. Well, if Falion was serving Vaymina, he could have learned to obtain or create such a potion and then traveled back in time to visit the Dwemer, thereby allowing him to meet them. While there's no way to just start crafting Vaymina's Torpor in Skyrim, there were 3 ingredients for it found in Skyrim's files, suggesting there could easily be a way to make it, especially for someone as talented as Falion. This state of Dreamwalk is just something I really wanted to share as a possible theory for Falion worshipping Vaymina and meeting the Dwemer. So that's pretty much it, guys. We know that Falion is truly a powerful mage, capable of traversing Oblivion Plains and most likely even meeting the Dwemer. How he did that exactly cannot be known for sure, and whether or not he wants to keep it to himself or he truly is worshipping a Daedric prince isn't fully known, but it's certainly interesting to make theories about. Thank you so much for watching this video and listening to what I had to say. I really do appreciate it, and I'd love to hear your own theories on the matter in the comment section below. Subscribe for more videos like this, especially videos about characters that involve heaps of facts you didn't know. I've been Michael, and I'll see you next time.